Today we are going to be learning the between the legs crossover. It's a move that may appear very simple but is very deadly on the basketball court. Also, once you master it, it becomes very easy to do in a lot of different situations. So it's a crossover that is very efficient. With that said, let's begin with what the move is supposed to look like, and then we'll go into some details of this crossover. In order to do this move very well, once you put the ball between your legs, make sure that your leading foot is stepping over in order to block the defender from reaching the ball. So this is the little trick. It's going to help you out a whole lot. So make sure immediately once you put the ball between your legs, that leading foot is crossing over, and it's going to serve as a wall, as a shield, to block the defender from reaching in and stealing the ball. Next, what's going to help you make this move real fast is knowing the angle of the ball, how it's bouncing between your legs. As you can tell, right here, if your feet are parallel with each other, the ball is going to be bouncing towards the back. Once you put it between your legs, it's going to be bouncing behind you, and that is something we are trying to avoid. Instead, turn your body more to the side, and as you can tell in this angle, the ball is bouncing on the side of you, and that's good. But we keep turning slightly more to the side, as you can tell in the video. When the ball bounces, it's going to be bouncing in a direction you're trying to go, and that's going to make you a lot faster and a lot more efficient. So make sure you're choosing the correct angle when you're trying to do this move, because that is going to help you pull it off. And another detail that is going to make you a lot faster is once you bounce the ball in between your legs, that you're able to load that back foot with a lot of power. If you're able to do that, make sure you're pushing off that back foot, because that's going to give you that speed that you're looking for. So once the ball goes between your legs, in a way, think of it as a really low hop. Okay, so once that ball goes between your legs, you're just pushing yourself forward past your defender. And you're going to see here a couple of different examples how you can practice this, but make sure that you're mastering this, because it is going to be very key in order to go past or go around your defender. And when we see this move in real time, it doesn't even look like you're doing a hop. But remember, you're pushing really hard off that foot, so it's going to be almost like the feel that you're doing a really low hop. That was just an illustration, but make sure you get this down, because it is going to be very deadly. Now I'm going to show you how you can shield the ball even more. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to stack the advantages for us. So one way that we can do this is using our off hand, our off arm. And the way we do this is just like the same way we were blocking the ball with our leg, we're going to do the same thing with our off arm. Once the ball goes between our legs, the arm is going to be sticking out, and you can see in the video, and that's going to protect the ball from a defender reaching over and stealing it. And the better you can do this, the more confidence you're going to get when you're trying to do that blow by on that crossover. And it's also important that we mention that make sure you're not sticking that off arm too far out, because they might look to a referee that you're pushing the defender and you might get called for a foul. Instead, keep it close to your body, or if you can get away with maybe having it a little bit outward but not too obvious, that's going to be the best way and the most efficient way to be able to shield the ball, and also maybe get away with a little bit too much protection. That's what we want to do. We want to stack the advantages. Now make sure you pay close attention to this next section, because we're going to show you how you can read your defender. As you can tell, if a defender is trying to push you towards your right, as we can see in the video, you're going to attack that top foot and give them a misdirection and go the opposite way. So that's going to be the easiest way to do this crossover, the between the legs crossover. And some tips to help you out: make sure you're not looking in a direction you're trying to go, because that's going to let your defender that you're going to try to do a misdirection. Instead, kind of look where he's trying to push you, or maybe kind of slide a little bit in that way, and then before he knows it, you're crossing over to the other side, and that's going to make it difficult for him, because he's going to have to switch his stance in order to recover. Now what about if he has a neutral stance? I do like a neutral stance because it kind of doesn't give anything away, and it's going to be the same principles. Okay, so when he has a neutral stance, you choose the side you're trying to go to, but try to set it up. Try to be patient. Okay, once you see him maybe lift his foot a little bit trying to get closer to you, that's when you can do the move. Or when you're calling out for a screen and you're actually faking the screen and he looks over, then do the move. So there's going to be a lot of different situations that you can think of, but the main thing is, if he's pushing you one way or the other, don't give in to that. Make sure you attack that top foot, and if he's neutral, make the move at your pace when he's not expecting it. Maybe do a little extra dribble, or maybe look away, or maybe, just as you're walking up towards them, just do a quick change of pace and do the move. So there's a lot of different things that you can do. But the main thing here is that when it's a neutral stance, you're in control, okay? You're dictating what's going to happen. And once again, have confidence in your move. Make sure you're committing when you're doing these moves, because that's going to help you out. Also, make sure you're pairing it with a lot of speed. The faster you're able to do this move, the more success you're going to have. So there you have it. Those were some details for the between the legs crossover. Now towards the end of the video, I'm going to have a couple of different clips on me doing this move, so you can get some ideas, see a couple of different combos. But the main thing I want you guys to be thinking about is try to picture what your favorite NBA players do. For example, Kyrie Irving, he takes his time to set up the defender. We have Kemba Walker, which he's so quick with the change of pace, he's being fast. So make sure you're adding those things to your bag, okay, when you're trying to do this move. Try to be fast, try to have patience, change of pace. And also like James Harden, he kind of does those baby dribbles, gives the defender the bite into his mindset. Once he has him kind of, entranced in those dribbles, then he does that quick between the legs crossover and goes by the defender. So make sure you're taking note of these things while you're practicing, or even while you're watching a game, okay? Because that's going to make you better. So thank you so much for stopping by, and like always, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.